Hello, hello. Hi there, everybody. I am super excited to be on. Let's just give everybody a couple of minutes to see if they can find me. If you are here and you can hear me, would you please let me know? I'm hoping you can hear me. Hoping you can see me okay. I wanted to talk to you a bit about a virtual book club that I'm going to be doing. So, a little bit about me. My name is Karen. I am a registered dietitian, plant-based, of course. I also am a lifestyle medicine specialist as well as Eat to Live fanatic. And I do private coaching as well with the Watering Mouth. So I wanted to take some time to do a virtual book club because, Marilee can hear me. Okay, good, good. So that's good that I'm not like talking, moving my mouth, and you guys can't see what I'm saying. Can't hear what I'm saying. So I wanted to do this book club because I love nutrition. I love reading and I love sharing and helping others. So I thought, since so many of us aren't able to get together in person, that we could start doing a virtual book club. So we will choose books to read. This one was chosen by one of my fabulous 101 clients. It is going to be, drum roll please, The End of Dieting. So we are going to start with this book, and then we will just carry on from there about whatever books maybe that you guys recommend, or maybe I read something that I think is phenomenal and I want to share it with you. But I think that the benefit of doing this is that you're going to be able to read the book at the same time that I am. We're going to break it down into manageable chunks. You actually don't even honestly have to read the book because I'm going to kind of give you a synopsis of it. I'm going to dole out the information into easy, actionable steps that you can start doing in your life and start incorporating and making changes that will only improve your health, quite honestly. We can learn together. We can talk about, how to make this work for your life. This is going to be, a very easy, open way of doing it. So any questions that you have, put in the chat. If you're watching this on a replay, thank you so much for watching it. You can comment as well, and I'm going to check back through the week, and I'll be sure to answer any questions that you have. For right now, it's going to be around this time, around 1:30 on Friday afternoons Eastern time. And if we need to adjust that, I will be sure to let you all know that as well. So I chose this End of Dieting. It's one of the newer books, right? And it wasn't the one that I was thinking we were going to do, but it really is phenomenal with some great new information. And I wanted to make sure that you all had either read it or are able to learn about it together with me. So you can get this. I got mine on Amazon. You can get it anywhere you want, really. You can download it on your phone. You don't need a hard copy. You can get it on a Kindle, whatever really works for you. I wanted to have this hard copy because I wanted to be able to write into the book. So I'm like highlighting and writing as I go along. I'm taking notes that I want to make sure I share with you all. So that's why I have the actual book, but you can, get the e-version, or you can just go ahead and listen to what we are talking about and not even read it if you want to go that way. So for the first session, I just wanted to let you know that for next week, we will be reading chapter 1. So try to, if you're getting the book, have chapter 1 read for next Friday. I just wanted to go over a bit. Oh, Allison has this already. Okay, great. Yay. You might already have this book. And if you already have this book, I just recommend reading it again, because with everything that I do, when I watch or read it for a second time or a third time, I always learn something that didn't strike me the first time, right? Because we're always growing in our knowledge and where we are in life. And sometimes we hear things a different way and it just kind of clicks with us. So yes, if you have it already, reread it, or just come and hang out with me and chat and tell me what you think about it, because that's super important for me to know, what your thoughts on it are on it. So in his intro, I wanted to kind of go over, he and I are like really connected with our philosophies. And so when I'm reading it, I'm like, yes, exactly. Yes, that's exactly what I say. So, I mean, he's I'm sure, way more knowledgeable than I am. But I will tell you from my nutrition background, my point of view, like I'm totally on target with what I'm reading, with what he is talking about. Yolanda, thank you for joining us. You have the book, but you haven't read it. Okay, so now we're going to read it together, right? Perfect opportunity. He talks about how 98% of people who lose weight gain it back. 98%. And I don't know about you, but I want to be part of that 2% that does not gain it back. And not only me, I want to make sure that my clients are part of that 2% that does not gain the weight back. So how can I set my clients up for success? I set them up the same way that I set myself up for success in my life. Right? There is a huge epidemic out there for the heart attacks are happening daily, over and over and over, right? Strokes, diabetes, cancer. I think you'd be hard pressed to meet someone who has not been affected either in their lives or in the lives of their loved ones with one of these disease states. My mom had a stroke. Diabetes has been in our family. So, cancer as well. So these aren't just things that show up, right? This is a path, right? This is the end path of the way that we're treating our bodies. That's how we end up with these disease states. And as Dr. Furman says, a lot of them are preventable and reversible. So we can stop them in their tracks and then start to undo some of the damage because the body is just amazing. Asking about Amazon having it. Yes, I can actually put a link in it later on if you want for the Amazon where to go ahead and pick it up directly to Amazon. So I will go ahead and add that afterwards. And when we're done, I'll add it in the notes. He talks about false hunger, right, and fruit and food cravings, and that's something he talks about throughout a lot of his books. But that false hunger and those food cravings are really what's happening when we're eating that junky food. And by following his recommendations, we go away from that false hunger and food cravings to more of a true hunger. And he also talks about having a bountiful approach, right, to eating and to weight loss. And that's exactly what I recommend to my clients. I call it abundance based. Bountiful, the same thing. Like I want you to have an abundance of food, an abundance of high quality foods, right? High nutrient foods that get you and your body to a healthful state. It's the same as with Eat to Live in his other books. His core philosophy is that health is really based on the nutrients, the amount of nutrients that you bring in, divided by the amount of calories that you're eating. So that's a follow through with the rest of his books and his teachings. Disease reversal is just really paramount to what he's teaching. If you have hypertension, if you have high cholesterol, and that's what got me into nutrition in the very first place, is that when I was 16 years old, I realized I had high cholesterol as a 16-year-old who ate healthy, right? So that was my first experience of a dietitian, what a dietitian was, and how food could change our bodies, right, without the need for medication, just by doing food changes, how we can increase our health so much. I just want to scroll down and make sure that I am seeing everybody's comments. Let me know, what you're dealing with, right? Are you dealing with just wanting to lose weight? Do you have hypertension, high blood pressure? Do you have high cholesterol? What is your health priority right now is how I like to say it. Like, where are you on your journey? How long have you been on this journey to good health? Another thing about this way of eating, and not to be too vain, right? But it slows the aging process inside and out. So it's helping to repair those cells. It's reducing inflammation in your body, getting rid of those toxins. And that inflammation in your body is what's really causing all these disease states. It's what's causing, the achy joints, the arthritis, the heart disease, all of those things. The inflammation is a huge problem in this country. So by flooding our bodies with these foods, with these high nutrient foods, low calorie density but high nutrients, this is the way that we are able to go from meh, not so good health to optimal health. Hi, Kelly. Okay, high blood pressure and cholesterol need to lose weight, right? Like that's so many of us because they come hand in hand. Like you get the high cholesterol and then the hypertension comes on. And this is just like the normal pathway for Americans, right? Like it's just normal. You think, okay, I hit my 40s, maybe it happens in your 30s, maybe your 50s. A lot of women have issues come like the menopause age, and their blood pressure starts to skyrocket. They go on meds and they think that this is just the way life is supposed to be because their doctors aren't talking to them about, hey, like, we're just treating symptoms. If you want to treat the cause, let's take a look at what you're putting in your mouth. Okay, Yolanda, hypertension, right? Arthritis, psoriasis, sleep apnea, exactly. Like all of these things, and this is a great book to get you started on your journey, right? This is life-changing information in here. Rachel started eating Nutritarian a year ago to reduce cholesterol. Okay, it worked. Awesome, great, great, great. I love that. It took me honestly a full year, and I haven't had any clients that it's taken a full year for them to get their cholesterol down, but mine really was a tough one. I was the genetically high cholesterol. So I ate plant-based perfectly basically for a year before my numbers changed, but like I have clients that see changes in 2 weeks. So this is definitely the right path to be doing. Also check with your doctor, of course. I'm not your doctor, but I am just passing on the information from this great book and my experience. Needed to lose weight, yep, and knee surgery, right? It's a lot on our body, and I forget the numbers, but I was reading about for how every pound of weight that we have, how much more pressure it puts on our knees. So it's not like for every 1 pound of weight that you have over that you put 1 more pound of pressure on your knees. Is like a multiple of that. I'm going to figure that number out for maybe our next talk. So the standard American diet is killing us, right? That's quite obvious. We're getting the blood pressure issues, the cholesterol, the heart disease, the cancer, the autoimmune diseases, and this is the standard American diet. 2/3 of Americans are overweight or obese, and according to Dr. Furman, he would even go so far as to say 85%. So from 2/3, which is about 67%, to 85% of us are overweight or obese. That's only leaving 15% in their ideal weight category. So think of the pressure on the healthcare system and the disease states from having 85% of Americans be overweight or obese. And he bases his numbers on the fact that he's saying that the BMI that we typically look at is even higher than it should be. So our BMI shouldn't be 24, 25 to be normal. It should be more, 23 and under. And that's based on his years of work and his years of research. So really, he's talking about the secret, right, to healthy living is these micronutrients. It's nutritional excellence, and that's what we all strive for. That's what I teach, that optimal nutrition. So it's the nutritional excellence, and that our body can heal ourselves, right? Our body is so miraculous. It really, to me, is miraculous. Like, I know it's just based on biochemical stuff and all of that. But for me, it's a miracle that we can flood our body with these nutrients and our body can heal ourselves. So losing weight, yeah, it's a great thing. But, I always focus on that health. I focus on the nutritional excellence with my clients, and the weight is just a side effect. The weight, he talks about it being a byproduct of eating healthy. So I'm talking a mile a minute, right? Like, I didn't even have any coffee or anything. Just excited to be talking to you guys. So what I want you to do over the next week, consider getting the book. If you don't want to get it and you just want to kind of join along every week and listen to what we're talking about, that's totally fine too. You can post questions ahead of time, or you can show up for the lives and ask questions. I'm going to just really digest this for you into small, usable tools and techniques that you can bring into your everyday life. The first chapter is maybe 15 pages or so. So let's get that started. And that's what I'm really going to touch on next week. And it's all about toxic hunger, right? And that's a great thing, because so many of us think that we need to eat, like we get that little bit of hungry, or I have been known to get hangry, right? That hunger and that anger, like the headaches, all of that. And that is most often from that toxic hunger. But we will jump into that full force next week when we chat about that first chapter. Let me see what else. Glenda, need to lose weight. Okay. And right. It's so often, right, we think like we're in this nutritarian lifestyle, then we start letting, the lar bars, or like she's saying, the nuts, the pretzels, all of that stuff in, and then we start to see our weight creep up or the scale not move, please don't get discouraged. Don't lose hope. Like, that's what I am here for. I'm here to help you, right? Like, and this is going to be super helpful. I will be happy to answer any questions. If you have personal questions that you want to post, I'm happy to go through that too. If you feel like you need to take it to the next level, like I mentioned before, I do one-on-one coaching here with the Watering Mouth. I can go ahead, I'll put it right here, a link. And if you want to apply, you can always apply for a free mini session where I kind of take a look at what's going on with you, and whether or not we end up working together, you'll leave that session knowing exactly why what you are doing in the past isn't working for you and what you need to do moving forward. It's not for everybody, right? There's time and commitment in that private coaching session. You have to be really ready to make a change, but that's an option available to you. So regardless of whether or not you want to do that private coaching with me, I will be here every week. We will be discussing this great book, The End of Dieting. I will make sure to put a link that you can purchase that book in the notes. And yeah, let's see. Marilee in the same boat, right, as Glenda. Exactly. We're all a community here, and you guys can support each other, and I'm going to be here supporting you. I'm going to be showing up and sharing this great information. I'm going to be breaking it down into some manageable tips that you can use in your daily life, how you can go from where you are now to that next step to where you want to be on that path to nutritional excellence. So awesome, you guys. TGIF, thank you for joining me on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Do something special for yourself this weekend. I hope you can get some fresh air. I have a hike planned for tomorrow afternoon. It's kind of more of a walk than like a strenuous hike, but I'm still super excited about it. And let me know how things go for you. I will check back. I'll answer any comments throughout the week that you have, answer any questions that you have, but I'm super excited to go through chapter 1 with you all. Thank you, Allison. Thank you guys so much, and enjoy your weekend.